To the UK next, where police believe a car ramming in Liverpool on Monday evening was not an act of terrorism. A 53-year-old British man was arrested after a vehicle ploughed into a crowd of fans celebrating Liverpool Football Club winning the English Premier League. 27 people were taken to hospital.
Empty streets covered in litter. The aftermath of a car ramming that has left the city of Liverpool in shock. Hours earlier, hundreds of thousands of people were on the same streets celebrating Liverpool Football Club's Premier League victory. The team last won the trophy during the COVID pandemic, when official celebrations were not permitted due to lockdowns. But their shouts of joy turned into shrieks of terror when a car ploughed into the crowd, injuring dozens of football fans, among them several children. Firefighters had to release 4 people trapped under the vehicle. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer called the scenes appalling in a post on X. He also said his thoughts were with the victims. The driver of the vehicle was arrested at the scene. British police say that for the moment, they do not believe the ramming is linked to terrorism.
I know that people will understandably be concerned by what has happened tonight. What I can tell you is that we believe this to be an isolated incident, and we are not currently looking for anyone else in relation to it. The incident is not being treated as terrorism.
Authorities have asked people not to speculate further on the circumstances and refrain from sharing the footage of the incident on social media.
Let's bring in DW Charlotte Chelsom-Pill in London for more. Charlotte, police are ruling out terrorism, so what do we know about the circumstances behind this incident?
Well, Baresh, as I'm sure you can understand, people here are desperately trying to find answers as to why scenes of celebration, scenes of joy in Liverpool yesterday turned into those scenes of horror, which you've been showing images of there. Now, we were given an update by police yesterday evening, and as you said, they are ruling out terrorism at this stage. They believe that this was an isolated incident, but little else is known at this stage about the circumstances leading up to the collision yesterday. What we do know is that a 53-year-old man has been arrested. Police say they believe that he was the driver of the vehicle. They've described him as a white British man who was from the area. Little else known there. But we did also get an update about the injuries sustained by people who were lining the streets for the parade just a short time before this collision. We know that almost 50 people were injured in the collision, among them children. We know 27 people were taken to hospital. And we know that 2 people, very sadly, are in a serious condition, sustained serious injuries, among them a child. So a shock here in the UK after this devastating incident.
And what have you been learning from eyewitness accounts of this incident?
Yeah, people have been writing on social media describing this collision, the scenes of horror that unfolded. As I said, joy turning to terror, people describing screams, people were running in the opposite direction away from the vehicle. There are a lot of very horrific videos being shared online. Police have urged the public not to share those videos and not to speculate about the background, the circumstances leading up to this incident, but terrible stories of people who were at the scene pulling children out of the way of the car. This, of course, was a family celebration. Thousands of people lining the streets, among them children who had been out to see their heroes, who were caught up in this devastating incident.
And how have people been reacting, Charlotte, both in Liverpool and beyond?
Yeah, we've had a lot of statements, as I'm sure you can imagine, among them from the Prime Minister, which you mentioned in your report there. He praised the remarkable bravery shown by emergency services, saying Liverpool stands together and the whole country stands with Liverpool. And I think that a lot of people here would agree with that sentiment. We've got another leading politician here thanking police as well, describing truly shocking and horrendous scenes. And as I'm sure you can imagine, Liverpool Football Club has also put out a statement as well, saying that it is supporting emergency services in this. So huge amount of responses, an outpouring of support for Liverpool for this incident, with inquiries still ongoing and a lot still unknown.
Thanks very much for that update. Charlotte Chelsom-Pill speaking to us from London. Thanks so much.